Hi everybody, this is Lynn Gahari, garden girl at twopeasinabucket.com, back with another Finally Friday video. Today's card is going to be a back to school themed card. Back to school is right around the corner, so I thought it would be fun to do a card with a school theme. We're going to be using the clippings collection from Basic Gray, and I am starting out with, I have just a 4 1/4 by 6 inch craft cardstock base that I covered with a denim patterned paper. I'm also going to be using a bunch of scraps that I have and a 1 3/4 inch square punch. And what I'm doing now is I'm cutting a square from each of the patterns that I have. I'm going to be using 6 patterns in total. This is a great way to use up those scraps that you might have lying around your craft room. And I'm going to position these on the front of my card in a grid design. We're going to be using the great alphabet stickers that come with this collection. They're really fun. They look almost like a ransom type of alphabet. And so we're going to be using those to spell out rules, and we're going to be stamping the word school for a little school rules. So you can see here I am just trying to get my squares straight on my card front, and I've got those all positioned. You can see I'm using a few different colors, but I've got them all separated so that no one color is next to the other. And now I'm just adding in some pen stitching. I love to add pen stitching to pretty much everything that I create. I think it's a fun little detail. If you don't use a regular sewing machine, adding the pen stitching is something that's really easy and quick to do. And I think it really helps to set the patterned papers off from the background. And I apologize, you can see my head is coming into the frame here because I was trying to get a really good look at what I was doing and make sure that everything stays straight. Now that I've got my card base all done, I'm taking this really fun pattern here. It almost looks like a quilt. And I'm going to use my star punch. And my initial thought was that this is where I'm going to be using a stamp for the word schools. And you can see I've got a little banner that I've cut from some graph paper that is in the Basic Gray Clippings collection. And this is an Ali Edwards stamp set that I'm using. The name of it is I Love School. And what I'm doing is I'm just selectively stamping, or putting ink rather, on part of the stamp. The stamp actually says I love school, but I only want to use the word school. So I'm just very carefully using my ink pad and putting ink only on the word school. Now this is a brand new stamp set for me, so I just wanted to put it on some scratch paper first to get off any residue. And as I'm positioning it on my banner, I realize it's a little tiny bit bigger, so I'm going to stamp it using the scratch paper so that I don't get any ink on my cutting mat. So now that I've got the school all stamped, I am going to go back to my card base here. And I'm trying to figure out a way to add this to the star. Initially, I thought that I was going to add it with a button or a brad, and I'm just kind of playing around. I don't like the idea of it hanging off so much. Then I take the star away and I realize, you know what? I don't need the star. I like it just the way it is, like that. And I'm going to go and cut a little banner on the right-hand side to match the one on the left. So sometimes, you know, I usually, when I start my cards, I have an idea of what I want to do in mind, but sometimes it just doesn't always work out that way when I start placing things. I'm a big visual creator, so I like to try things on, and if it doesn't look right, I just will go with plan B, or sometimes plan C or D or what have you. But I like to try things on, and I usually go with what I think is most visually appealing. So now I'm adding these great alphabet stickers that I mentioned. These are included in the 12 by 12 collection pack. I love them. I think they are really fun. And this is a fun back to school card. For more information, please visit www.twopeasinabucket.com.